Hey guys, welcome back to The Poor Investor. You're poor, I'm poor. We're gonna get through this together. So today I did something really amazing and I'm actually following the orders of some of my commenters telling me what I should be doing. So stay with me on this one. All right, so a bunch of you guys have been commenting and say, get off of flock pool, get off of this, get off of that, stop doing flock pool. Why are you still on flock? I say, I don't know. I'm testing the waters. I'm getting used to this whole thing. And lo and behold, today I decided to jump off a flock pool. Now I'm running two different systems. As you can see, they're mounted on the wall right now. It's kind of hard to identify which color is which miner right now because they're switching so fast. Maybe I should next time I just set it to one miner color. My Raptoreum one would be red and my other Raptoreum miner would be blue so I can identify it. Let's go into what I did today and what did I choose. And I thought it was really interesting because I met a new person that actually developed the pool. Who is it that I chose? Okay, so let me bring you guys over to the screen really quick. Of course, I go to trusted pools and I'm looking at the list of all these different pools. Now, I will admit, I was looking at a whole bunch of them and trying to figure out how the hell am I going to choose which pool. And to be really honest, I like Flock Pool's interface, where I can the night look and the day look, where it's night and day. You can actually switch it on the web interface. Not a lot of the other pools offer that. Now I know that's really minor compared to what I'm trying to accomplish here, but the interface for Flock Pool is very top notch, and I cannot blame anyone that wants to stay with it after seeing some of the other pools web interface where it's just very plain and vanilla. Okay, so who did I choose and why did I choose it? I'll give a perfectly logical explanation to why I chose what I chose. Now, I will name it, and I said I did look at others. I'm at Raptoreum Emporium. Why, may you ask, I chose Raptoreum Emporium? Well, this is one of the reasons. As I was doing it and I was trying to figure out, like, okay, Raptoreum Emporium, I like the name. I really have nothing else to go by, to be honest. But check this video. I mean, not this video, but check this image out. I screenshot this as soon as I joined. Now I'm going to give you, it's a very significant and very meaningful reason why I chose Raptoreum Emporium. A lot of you guys may not agree, but I'm telling you why I chose it. Number one, it was listed at number 8 for the day. I mean, it fluctuated. It went as high as 7 and it came back down. So of course this pool status actually goes up and down. It's just the reality of it, because some people jump off, some people jump on, and just back and forth, right? And then check this out. The current hash rate when I was screenshotting this was 888.22. Now, again, you're asking, why is that significant? Number 8, then it's 888, and then check this out. Last found 8 hours ago. I did not time this, guys. I have no idea how this even came about so, like, uniquely, like, perfect. And now you're asking, why am I fixated on this number 8? Well, because of my background. I grew up a certain way, acknowledging the number 8. I want to show you guys what I mean by that. So the number 8 is considered the luckiest number in China. I'm from Hong Kong. And they believe the more 8s, the better. The Cantonese word for 8, which is pronounced bat, is actually bat, not ba. Sounds similar to the word meaning prosper or wealth. And in regional dialects, the word for 8 and fortune are also similar. So every time when someone says the number 8, it sounds like the word fortune. When I was going through all that and I was looking at it, let me just pull it back up really quick. And that is my reasoning for why I chose Raptoreum Emporium. Now, there is another reason why I chose it, not just because it landed all on 8s when I decided to jump on Raptoreum Emporium. Now, the reason why, okay, so I found Raptoreum Emporium's YouTube channel. He has no more but like 3 videos, but he's talking Raptoreum. I mean, there's not a lot of information as far as video wise, but he has 3 videos packed with information on how we can better ourselves. And I was talking to him. How was I talking to him? Well, he didn't have a social network channel listed on his about or his channel. Now you can see the about. The channel just created November 28th, 2021. So that was like no more than a couple of weeks ago. So how am I talking to Alex on Raptoreum Emporium? Let me just bring this here and drop it down. He was, in his last video, was doing a test, which was testing XM Rig and CPU miner to see which one was giving out a better hash rate, whether it was on Linux or Windows, or I don't think he touched iOS, but check it out for yourself. I will link it in the description. And I actually told him that I'm gonna shout you out in my next coming up video, which is this one. So here, his response to mine was, I responded to him. I said, yeah, I have two R9 5900X. One is on XM Rig and the other one is on CPU miner. I actually did that today. So I converted one of them to XM Rig and the other one to CPU miner. And of course, it's been less than 24 hours. So it's really hard to tell which one is averaging higher or lower. So far, it's kind of really tight race, so it's really up in the air right now. Let me put some more time in it and I'll figure it out. Check out his response. I said the CPU miner is a few hundred higher in hash. Now, I know I said the CPU miner is higher in hash, but the XM Rig was a little lower, obviously, but it kind of fluctuates back and forth throughout the day. So it's really hard to tell depending on the algorithm. It's really close and tight in the race. Alex's response from Raptoreum Emporium is saying, so your testing is the same result as mine. Interesting, because Rabbit has been saying XM Rig is faster. Wondering if there is something we are missing. So obviously there are more testing to be put into this. He actually mentioned somewhere in the comments, actually said that, maybe XM Rig likes lower voltages, and I haven't done that yet. Neither has he. Maybe Rabbit has done lower voltage overclocking and XM Rig performs a little better. One of the reasoning maybe that it's CPU miner is working more efficiently is because Raptoreum Emporium saying that maybe because the application CPU miner has a tuning that actually tunes your whole entire setup to run more efficiently, opposed to just running the XM Rig right off the bat and not knowing what to do with it, and just probably missing some couple of hundred of hash differences between the CPU miner. So, there's a lot of things that we would need to factor in and test continuously to get where we need to get. So that was pretty much my reasoning for why I chose Raptoreum Emporium. So check out his videos. He actually shows out his entire farm, not just with Raptoreum and other mining, his whole facility, which is pretty cool. You can see that as well. I'm gonna pull up my current status right now. So here's the Raptoreum Emporium's web interface. These are my two workers right now. I have my Ride 9001 and my Poor Ride 9002. I actually messed up the naming convention for the first ride when I put it onto this pool. It was supposed to be Poor Ride 9001 and Poor Ride 9000. I can always change that, obviously. So right now you can see the Ride 9001 is hashing higher and is averaging higher, but of course it's averaging higher on a short period of time. They have both been on the Raptoreum Emporium at the same time. So now I'm getting a different take on my Ride 9002, which is my second miner, is hashing a little lower, and that's running the CPU miner. The Ride 9001 is running the XM Rig. So the Ride 9001 is running the XM Rig. You can see both of them have been online for almost around the same time. I had to do one at a time, so obviously I lost some time in between, which probably was no more than an hour. I want to check out more. I want to build out another rig and maybe install HiveOS and put on XM Rig to see how that functions, if the hash rate will be higher. And of course, I started messing around with the overclocking, so maybe I would have to set it back to normal, no overclocking, and test out the hash again, but we'll see. I mean, this is just an ongoing project, and I want to obviously get the best hash rates I can with all this, so you guys don't have to go through it and just take my word and say, okay, this is what Poor Investor did, so I'm gonna get premium hash rates right now for my CPU. All right, guys, I want to thank you. Please remember to hit that like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.